Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Inquisitive Minds podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Johnny Smith. With me today, my guest is a professional artist, photographer, and comic from the Worcestershire-ish area. She produces many stand-up shows, off and online, along with many YouTube series such as Death Sentence and Punch House. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter at Not a Damn Cheese. Make sure you check her out, folks. So you hail from the New England area. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah, New England. Yeah, I'm from the Worcester-ish area. I don't know if the part where you were trying to say Worcester, the Worcestershire. It's pronounced Worcester-ish. I live about 20 minutes north of that in Leominster, which is even stupider to pronounce the way it's written. And yeah, so I just live there. I live alone in a little apartment by myself, and I do all my things there.
Sounds like you're living the dream. So you're
Yeah.
an artist. What kind of art do you do? And I've seen some of your work, and you got some funky takes on things that already exist. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing art forever, and like things that I like the most is like pop culture references, things like cartoons from my childhood and like stuff like that. So I tend to like redraw those or like put spins on those. It's not like the most original concept. I just like to do it, so whatever. But yeah, I do all kinds though. Like sometimes I'll be into like painting with acrylics or sometimes with watercolor, or I'll be like crafting something with clay, or like just illustrating with pens and markers and Sharpie. Like I do pretty much all kinds of art, but I don't know. I don't really have like one particular style or subject that I like. I just do whatever I feel, you know?
Okay, that's cool. Now you've essentially been an artist your entire life. Do you happen to find that it helps with like an escapism or like a coping mechanism for anything?
Yeah, I mean that probably makes sense. I mean, I definitely have other like forms. Like I played The Sims a lot as a kid. I played a lot of RuneScape. Those were kind of my like escapism things. Art has always just been like this is like how you're going to like survive, like feed yourself and stuff. Like even when I was like 4 or something, I remember like sitting in the back seat like drawing shit and trying to like sell it to the gas station attendants. Like it's always been like a buy my art. Like I made this. You should pay me for this. Like literally since a child. So it's kind of just like all I know, I guess. I feel like I don't really.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I love the hustle, by the way, as a 4-year-old. But you're also a comic.
Yeah.
When did you get into stand-up comedy?
About 2 years ago in May, it'll be 2 years. So not
Okay.
long ago. Yeah. No, I kind of
Now,
jumped
were
right
you
in.
any performance background?
I did no, not really, honestly. Like there was a like stage show that I did a lot of work for, and I was in it, but it was just like I just like sang songs. I wasn't really like I didn't have any like really speaking parts or anything beyond just like follow directions and like sing the words. I mostly did like prop design. I animated some stuff for it. I painted a fucking 36-foot banner. Like it was just like shit like that. But other than that, not really. Like, I don't know. I did plays and stuff when I was in preschool or whatever, but I was never like a theater kid. I would never say, like, I don't like doing karaoke. I really just never was into it. But like, I loved stand up forever because my parents would play it all the time, like on Comedy Central and shit. So even like
Yeah.
as like a super young child, I didn't understand the jokes obviously, but like I really just liked watching like the one person and like on like the stage or whatever. Like I really like the stages and like the set designs. I thought like the lights and stuff were cool. So like I wanted that for myself, which I guess is kind of
Okay.
what pushed me. Yeah, I want to
I
stage.
I met you when you were just, I don't know, a few months in, I believe it was. You were coming through Pittsburgh on a wedding, and you did some
Yeah,
open mics in the area. And
yeah.
I'd like to say we've been friends since, but I've really been impressed by the way you've stepped it up during COVID.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I gotta keep busy. You know, you gotta keep it sharp. You can't just I don't know. a lot of comics have a lot of strong opinions on Zoom comedy and shit that they've never tried or are too scared to try or just too not good enough to like pull off, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of sad. It's like you really don't think that you can just like do some jokes for 5 minutes into your laptop. Like, is that really a fucking challenge for you guys? Okay, like whatever. Like, hey, if it's too hard for you, it's too hard for you. Don't fucking let me drag you down. But it just like I like doing it. I don't think it's gonna replace stand up. It's definitely not a replacement for stand up. But like fucking winters are cold here. We can't do outdoor shows. The ones we do, they're too cold. Like I need to
Yeah.
stay sharp somehow. And it's like, I can either like recite my jokes to myself, keep fucking barraging my friends and family to like run bits on them, or I can get paid to log into my laptop for 5 fucking minutes and just do my fucking jokes. Like, what option would
Yeah.
you really go with? Like, shit.
No, right on. We've all, at least some of us, have reinvented ourselves as we've had to. But you were very early on the train. You have the earliest, and if it's not the earliest, it's one of the earliest COVID shows. And is that still running?
Oh yeah, it's actually supposed to be tonight, but I'm recording a sketch or whatever in Rhode Island. So, but it is every Sunday at 7 p.m. and it's been going since March 15th of last year. Like literally, I had a couple shows the week COVID started hitting. I had to fucking close them down. Didn't want to, but I had to, and I was like, well, I'm not doing nothing. So I was like, well, Instagram Live is an option. So I was like, Coronathon, here we go. And it's just been going ever since. And it's like literally probably the first, if not like one of the first, like Corona quarantine comedy, whatever the fucks. And I got a lot of shit for it. And it was really annoying how like much people like fucking dragged me for like just doing a stupid thing. Like I didn't think anything of it. I really did not think there was any serious implications, but I was fucking wrong. And yeah, so people got on my ass about it. But then once everybody started realizing that COVID is not just like, it's not going to be done in 2 weeks. We're not going to flatten the curve in 48 hours. Like it's a thing now. Everybody a lot of people migrated to Zoom, and like some of the same people who were like giving me a side eye or not really like saying anything when I was getting fucking dragged were then asking me for help on how they can start their own Zoom shit. And like, how do I set it up? What thing should I pay for? How do I do it? And it's like, oh, all right. Like, oh, it's cool now? Okay, cool. Like, dope. Asshole.
See, that's the thing that's weird to me. Humans are still very primal and tribalistic, and we seem to, no matter what the subject is, come into usually two tribes, for or against. And with COVID, I'm one of the outliers in politics because I'm pretty down the fucking middle. I refuse to vote for either one of your parties, and I'm that way with Zoom. I've done some Zoom shows. They're not stand up, obviously, but they're still comedy. They're still there, and they're not hard to do, like you said, in front of your screen. But there's two camps, and it's one where it's like, hey, it's something, let's do Zoom, and the other one where it's just like, oh, you're not a real comic, blah blah blah. Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to look down on others.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, well, what makes you a real comic? Because you get booked on like what, one extra bar show compared to me. Like, look, if we're in the same fucking circles, going to the same open mics and working with the same people, you can try to split hairs all you want. You ain't shit. So like, maybe relax. Like, it's just very silly to me how people, and like the thing is like, those people who talk the most shit usually don't do that much anyway. Like I fucking like you said, I was in Pittsburgh and I was only a few months into comedy. I could have just enjoyed the vacation. I could have just went to my wedding and went home, but I was like, no, I want to fucking be a comic. I want to work on it. I didn't know any of you fuckers. And I was like, just looking up and taking a chance, showing up at this restaurant, hoping it's where the open mic was, and then immediately making friends with people. And then you guys were like, oh, this one, and I end up doing 2 in one night. And it's like, some people don't even do 2 in a fucking week, and they live in that fucking area. You know what I mean? So it's like, Don't fucking talk shit to me when like, you probably don't do half the fucking shit I do. So like, eat my ass, kind of. I'm feeling spicy today. I don't know. I'm like really jazzed.
A lot of the people in the Pittsburgh scene, especially when it comes to comedy, that seems to have the most opinions, a lot of times it's people I've never even seen at a fucking mic or I've only met once or twice because they're not out.
Yeah,
So
that happens. Yeah. That I don't think that's just a Pittsburgh thing. It's a phenomenon that I think spans everywhere in general.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of it. So Coronathon's going. You also have another show?
I got a few of them, but yeah, so it depends. I produce a lot of shit, so I don't really know it's like my show or whatever, but I help out with a lot. But like my shows that like are my babies is Coronathon, which is on Instagram Live, and it's definitely it's evolved. Like when it first started, it was like I booked people for it and they were doing like they had a plan, like it was very structured, like it was like blah, it's an idea. Then it kind of turned into like call in. We had like some regular guests or whatever. They would like try to like run bits, and then it kind of just free for all, kind of turned into an open mic, and now it's just like pretty much just like a podcast, I guess, for lack of a better term. I don't like calling it a podcast, but it's like a podcast with like my dad and my brother, my friend Lloyd from Boston. Like they're on regularly, and then basically anyone else who wants to call in. So it's kind of like a live like call-in show, like a radio show without being on the radio. And I'm fine with that. It's just something fun I like to do. My friends all like it. Like I do it for my own enjoyment and for like my friends' enjoyment. Like I'm not like, I'm gonna get a Netflix deal off of this. So like I really don't take it that seriously. Like it's on Instagram, so it's like whatever. But the other shows that I do, which are on YouTube, I want to start doing cyberbullies again. I only did like 3 episodes of that. It's just like a roast battle show. It's just people. There's not enough good roasters, so that one didn't super last too long. But I'd like to keep doing it.
By the way, I just want to give a quick update. The roast was moved to the 29th in Indianapolis. However, Skywalker cannot make it, so I will not be attending the roast on the 29th. However, I will say, Skywalker, you can't fucking duck me forever, kid. I'm coming for your ass.
Dog, do it on cyberbullies. I will facilitate this. I love roast. I just did one in my friend's backyard. Shout out Brian Barbecue and Ham Clancy in Connecticut. Fucking we went there, and I'll be honest, I was in such a bad mood that week. I was like, I don't even fucking want to do this show. I hope I lose and I'm just gonna fucking go home. I end up winning, so now I gotta go back. I'm like, God damn it. Like I like purposely tried. I like wrote like the worst jokes. I was like, cancel me. These are bad. And then it's like, oh, and I won. Dope.
Well, so if you do start that show up, please keep me in mind. Just a humble brag here. I won a roast tournament up in Erie, and then I was the first roast war champion in Pittsburgh. So if you do some roasting, point them my way.
Yeah, I won 2 tournaments at Beatniks, which is now closed, but whatever, in Worcester. And those were only my 2nd and 3rd roasts I've ever done. And then the 4th one I've ever done, I did in Maine at the Portland Home of Music, P-Home or whatever. And I won the whole thing. I got money for it. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then that was like a pretty sweet win. That was a good night. It was a long fucking thing. Like I was up in Maine every weekend for like 5 fucking weeks or something. A lot of driving, but it was worth it. It was pretty good. My friends who were in it, I helped them write jokes, and I'm pretty sure they won. So I was like, dope, but I beat the whole thing. So I win. Fuck you guys. And then I did a roast show. It wasn't a tournament. It was just like a one-off match at Laugh Boston, which is like one of the bigger clubs in Boston, which was cool. And that one pisses me off because it was a tie. And like I personally I've done, but he ended up winning he was my friend, so it's not like a big deal. But like he beat me with like, he just called me, what did he call me? Something about like The Grudge. Like there was like a TV on the wall, and it's like, gosh, he crawled out of it. But he had already said like 5 other like goth jokes. And to me, I'm just like, can you just mix it up? Like whenever I write roast, I try to like pick at different things, so it's not just like the same joke 5 times, you know what I mean? So I was like, that was kind of pretty sure I won that, but whatever. Like, so I was being a sore fucking loser. I I'm too competitive for it. I'm too competitive. I hate doing competitions because I am such a fucking butthurt sore loser every time I lose. But no, it's so fun. I love roast battles. And yeah, I wasn't joking. If you and Sky want to fucking do an episode of Cyberbullies, I will revamp it just for you guys. Like, I'll do it.
I'm in the mood to bite a motherfucker's head off right now. Sky, quit ducking me, goddammit.
Yeah, you fucking poon.
And I remember I lost the competition, or I lost the match out in Indianapolis. I was facing Phil Eckenrode. Shout out to Phil Eckenrode, by the way. From Facebook, he looks like a 120-pound little math nerd. When you meet the man in person, he's like fucking 6'4", 250 pounds of like the biggest nerd you'd ever meet. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I had all these jokes for a little puny guy, and this fucking monster of a man showed up. It was crazy.
That's pretty funny. Let's see, going back. Oh yeah, and the other two shows that I run, trying to think of the original question. We kind of went on a tangent there, but that's fine. Yeah, the other show I have, one of them is a competition show. It's a writing competition for one-liners, just because I love one-liners. They're basically like roast jokes, but not trying to be mean all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's called Death Sentence. And this season or whatever, season 3 is bracketed. So like people are gonna like, it used to just be like one-offs and it's like, congrats, you win. But now I did it bracketed and there's like a cash prize and just trying to turn it into like a thing. Cause it was like one of my first, like it was like Coronathon and then it was like Death Sentence. So that's like my second child. And then so I care very much about it. And then there's Punch House, which is like the fan favorite. Like all my friends and family are like, this is such a great fucking idea. And they're like sucking my dick about it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's that great, but it's definitely a lot of fun to do. So it's a Fight Club show. It's me, and then I have 3 other comics, and you don't even have to be a comic, honestly. Just don't be fucking boring. And there's like a theme for every episode. So for example, one of them is cereal mascots. So like I picked like the Quisp alien, and then someone picked like, I don't know, like Lucky Charms and shit like that. And then you have to come up with the stats like attack, strength, defense, and stamina. So it's like you got to rate it 1 through 5 and then like defend why you rated them that way. And we just kind of be like fuck you, like there wouldn't be that strong. It's just an arguing show. It runs about like 25 minutes, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It's weird and I like it. So that's it.
Today's episode of Inquisitive Minds is brought to you by Tenacious Detail. I know it's rough. You know, you don't want to go out. You don't want to clean your car in the cold. That's why we come to you. You know, Tenacious Detail, operating in the Pittsburgh area, up to 3 hours outside of any direction. Give us a call today. You know, we're your mobile detailing solution. You know, we come to you to get your car detailed in the comfort of your office or home. Just give us a call to schedule an appointment, 724-498-9942. Or you can look at our Facebook page to see the prices under the services tab. It's facebook.com/tenacious detail, PGH. Let me ask you about Death Sentence. You said it's a one-liner show and it's bracketed. So it's person versus person. Is it one-liner? Is it a number of minutes? How does it set up?
So it's 2 comics, 5 jokes, like 5 rounds, 1 joke each round. And they go head to head. So it's like, I'll have like a topic of like bubbles. I'll say whatever stupid joke I wrote about bubbles. And then it'll be like person A, one-liner about bubbles, switch it over to person B, one-liner about bubbles. And then it just cuts back to me. I say something mean because they're probably bad at comedy. And then I'm like, all right, round 2, it is carrots. And then I say my bad joke about carrots. Person A, carrots. Person B, carrots. Then I say something mean about them. Round 3. Like, it's just like, it's very quick. The episodes are like 6 minutes long because like, it's just one-liners. And like, oh my God, season 2 was like a fucking train wreck in the best way possible. Cause like I had fun because I was like, this is bad.
Did you know the topics beforehand?
Oh yeah. People that's the thing that like kind of gets me when I get like really like just like not thought out submissions and stuff. I'm just like, you had over a week, if not longer, to like think of a simple one-liner. Like you had time. You not only had time, but you recorded it did you even watch it back? Like, do you hear yourselves? Like, no, I was very like critical, but I feel like, I don't know. That's how I treat myself. Like sometimes I'll do like a really bad joke. I'll do it anyway. So like I feel them. I feel them of putting garbage out there and just seeing how it goes. But like, god damn. But no, I'm being really, really mean. It's not that bad. And just
Bad joke time.
My persona.
Bad joke.
Yeah.
Bad joke time. This is one that I liked, but it's not a good joke. I recently got a haircut, and I loved it so much that I decided to get a statue of me, but I shouldn't have. It was a bust. And, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
I hate you.
Wow.
Not only quit comedy, but maybe kill yourself.
Hey,
that's the thing. It's like I talk so much shit, but it's just like my persona on the show to just be like I'm supposed to be the heel. You're not supposed to root for me. Like I am just an asshole host who's just keeping the show moving. Like I want the attention to be on like the video submitters and whatever. But like my one-liners are also so garbage. Like, I had one. It was like you know what the most welcoming kink is? People who are into water sports. Because you just show up to their house and they're like, you're in.
Oh, wow.
Water sport.
Wow. Yeah. What a world.
Like, hey, you ever pee on someone and get a joke out of it? Fuck yeah, everybody.
All right. I always like to get a little real on these episodes. I've never peed on someone outside of like my wife in the shower as a joke, which she always acted like I was killing her. But one time she told me she wanted to experiment. She thought she might be into that. So she asked me if she could pee on me. And we did some stuff and she ended up peeing on me. And I asked her afterwards, I said, did that do anything for you? And thank God she said no, because it didn't do a goddamn thing for me.
God damn. I was joking. I mean, I've peed on people like in the shower or whatever. But you're like, hey, guess what? Here's a real personal story. I feel responsible. I'm sorry.
I seem to be able to connect with my guests with me doing the most off-the-wall shit in my life. So, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I did date someone one time who was like, not into girls peeing on him, but peeing themselves. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like I am not peeing my pants for you, sir. Like what? Like what are you? It was just so strange to me. Like I don't know. I don't want to kink shame, but it was just so funny to me. I call them pee pants in my head, so it's just really funny.
See, it's a difficult line we walk. It's like don't kink shame, but some shit is just extra weird. Like I don't hate you because you want to pee on someone, but that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like, hey, fucking, you can fucking pee your pants all you goddamn want. Like, I don't give a fuck. Watch fucking 20 bitches piss themselves on a train. I don't care. I really don't. Just please don't ask me to ruin the one pair of pants I own. That's all I ask. Like, fuck. I'm not shaming.
So we got your comic, you're running shows, you're producing. We got some of your art, which we'll touch on more in a little bit. But something I didn't know about you when I met you, and I don't think I've ever asked you about it. From what I understand, you used to be a power lifter.
Yeah, I am obviously very I'm cultivating mass right now for this this pandemic. It's true. Yeah. I started going to the gym again a little bit. My boyfriend has like a gym at his like apartment complex or whatever. So we've been getting back into lifting because like I just got fucking soft. But yeah, I used to lift like regularly, like every day, go to the gym for at least 2 hours, like ate super, super like healthy, like not a fucking ounce of fat on me, just like cut. And like, I don't know, after my healthy eating and healthy gym went so far in the opposite extreme that it turned into anorexia and my organs started failing and I ended up in the hospital for 4 days, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe I should give it a rest, maybe I should just kind of like chill the fuck out for a little bit. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay. I didn't know you went through that struggle. My apologies. First off though, When you were powerlifting, was it for a purpose outside of like anything personal? Were you doing anything like performing or
Oh no, I wasn't doing it was just like personal, like best or whatever. Like I would keep track. Like I just wanted to see like what I could do. Like I would just do stupid shit. Like I put like over 1,000 pounds on the leg press just to see if I could like move it. And I did like 3 like baby fucking squats and I was like, my knees just popped, so that's good. But good to know that I can at least, even without adrenaline, I can physically move over 1,000 pounds a little bit. So if anybody gets stuck under a car, let me just do a squat real quick. I got you. Like, I was losing weight or whatever, and cardio and stuff just doesn't interest me. But I do like lifting and being strong, so I just got into it. At the most I ever lost was like 155 pounds. Probably gained back about like 30 of that once I started eating like a normal human being again. But yeah,
Okay.
I lost a lot of fucking weight, but now I'm like healthy, you know, like I'm not like as skinny as I was, but like I'm also not like, you know, frail and dying in a hospital bed. So I'm at peace with it.
Well, you look happy. You look
Thank
happy, and
you.
that's what's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had fucking huge cheeks, so it's like at least like now when I smile, like it was like scary. Like I look at old pictures of myself when I thought it was like, ooh, this is like peak performance. Like I was so gaunt, like no titties, no ass, nothing, just a fucking little like meat. And I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Like I'll take a little fucking double chin and some titties and fucking like I am a skeleton, everybody. Like the fucking I was jacked though. That was sick. Like my arms are still pretty like big looking, but like they were like scary looking. I was like, geez Louise.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, I've never personally spoke with someone that dealt with and came out on the other side of anorexia.
Yeah.
But it seems like a horrible thing that a lot of I don't want to just say women. I think men deal with it too. Can you
Men do deal
elaborate a
with
little
it.
more on that?
Yeah, so basically, a lot of the diets too around these days kind of piss me off because they're just thinly veiled anorexia. Like, basically, you should never be depriving your body of any nutrients that it needs to function. That is not healthy. Like, losing weight does not equate gaining health. That's just not how it fucking works. It's never how it's gonna work, and I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Like, skinny does not equal healthy, period. And so like I take a lot of issue with a keto diet because I did keto I wasn't keto like so let me put it this way. I lost over 100 pounds, about 125 pounds eating bread and pasta. The key is just don't fucking eat a loaf a day. Just don't eat an entire box of pasta when you eat it, you fucking nitwits. Just like eat less. But like you shouldn't be depriving your body of carbohydrates because guess what? A carb is. It's a macronutrient. Do you know what nutrient means? It means you fucking need it. You know what macro means? It means it's fucking important. Like, eat your fucking carbs, you psychopaths. But, yeah, and like, so the last 30 pounds I lost on keto, that's like what put me in the hospital because it's like my body just didn't get enough what it needed and it fucking shut down. And like I see it in my friends. I had another friend, her fucking gallbladder failed and shit like that. And like my friends who like there's some friends who are like on keto, they do great, whatever, like they love it. And it's just kind of like, well, nothing's bad happened to me yet. So but that doesn't mean it never will. Like I don't know, anecdotal evidence, like there's doctors and shit who speak out against it because it's like this is just not nutritionally good. So I'm gonna side with the doctors on this one and say fuck keto, and basically fuck any diet that's like restrictive. Like the goal is not to like take out something and trick your body. Like ketosis is like not a good thing. Like that means your body is not getting what it needs, so it starts burning. Like yeah, it burns your fat or whatever, but like it's like a stress state. Like it's not as healthy as it's like sold to be. And I think it's fucked because like you can lose weight and eat like a normal human being. Like yeah, that's it.
I dig it.
It's like
I'm actually on the I'm on the carnivore diet and I've been on that for about 6 months. I've lost a ton of weight, but the appeal to that diet was like that I could eat as much meat as I wanted essentially because my problem was always portion control. I
Is
can
it like
never,
cereal?
it's just meat. It's just meat.
Just meat? You don't
Just
eat your
meat.
veggies?
No veggies, no
Jonathan,
carbs. I just eat meat. Here we go with that shit.
I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Like, I am getting in my car and I am going to Pittsburgh tonight. Eat your
Well,
fucking vegetables, Johnny, you piece of shit.
I assure you, I have been in the gym and I am a lot more nimble than the last time you saw me, so it'd be more of a difficult time.
That's
Thanks to
fair.
the carnivore diet.
Listen here, son. Let me learn you a thing real fast. So, do you know what meat does to your body? Do you know what is in meat that you need?
Can I be upfront? Can I be real upfront with you?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about the science behind
Yeah,
any of
no
it. I
shit
just
you
know.
don't, because if you fucking did, you would eat your fucking vegetables, sir. So let me tell you about fucking meat real fast. Meat is made up. I'm so pissed at you. Meat is made up of proteins, all right? And proteins could be one of 19 different fucking acids, okay? I'm pretty sure they're the amino acids, like tryptophan, all that shit. They are that. You know how those acids and shit work? They need carbohydrates on a molecular level, sir. Protein can't do its job without carbs. Carbs is the fuel. It's like if protein was like a car and carbs was the gas, you have a fleet of fucking cars, but there's not enough fucking gas, so you're not really going anywhere. It's like, yeah, it'll work for a little while, but here's the thing, and here's why you're losing weight. It's because you're eating less, probably, because you get fuller on meat. Like, if you eat, like, a burger and all that shit, like, yeah, there's a lot of filling shit with the fucking bread and whatever. Like, you can't eat, like, 5 pounds of fucking meat alone. You'll get full and feel sick. So, like, you're just eating less. But, like, you would equally lose as much weight, probably feel a lot fucking better, less tired and whatnot if you ate real meals, sir, and you would get better gains in the gym. So
Now, my evidence is very anecdotal as well, because it's just for me. But I feel better than I have ever felt in my entire life. I'm
well, how did
smaller
you
than I've ever been in. Like fucking shit. Like
You're like,
garbage.
oh, I stopped eating McDonald's. It must be because I only eat steaks now. No, you ding dong. It's
No,
because you
no,
don't fucking
no,
eat
no, no, no,
McDonald's
no, no.
anymore.
I still eat McDonald's. I'll get 4 double cheeseburgers and just take the bread off. Fuck it. I just give me the meat.
Ugh, trash.
But all my evidence is anecdotal. I'm getting stronger. Like it's I'm getting some gains in the gym. I feel
Well,
great.
you know
Like,
that
and I'm sure at some point this diet will have to change, at least fluctuate. But for right now, give me that ground beef hitter.
Yeah, it'll work at first, but you're gonna hit a plateau, and you're like, ugh, and then you're gonna like go back to eating real, and you're like, why am I gaining weight? And it's like, it's not good to do that to your body. It's just scientific fact. There's doctors who say it. If
And
you don't listen to me, listen to them. Like,
well, here's where you're gonna hate even more.
veggies.
I'm also very big into fasting. I like to do a lot of not just intermittent fasting, but I'll go for maybe 2-3 days a week fasting, sometimes 3 or 4 days at a time.
Yeah, that's called anorexia. I did that too. It was real cool. It was fun. Yeah, like not eating. It's like, I'm healthy. You fucking dingus.
No,
Yeah, stick
it's
anorexia, dog. Like, oh, I don't eat for like 4 days, Gaines. No, you sick fuck. Go get therapy. God.
no, but it's purposeful. I feel like shit. Did we just discover John's actually very sick?
You ever fucking find out that you're actually mentally ill and have a poor relationship with food? Dope. I love this.
You know what it is though? My biggest motivation is I don't want to end up like my family, just old and fat, and it's laborsome to do too many things. Like I love my family and it's even the extended family, but we're also fucking fat. And I decided to change that. And honestly, the biggest thing is just putting in the fucking work. Start working out. I started working out and I feel fucking amazing.
Yeah, but you're going to burn out soon, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. And also, I want you to have peak gains. You need to get some carbs in there. Like, I don't know how many calories or how you're tracking what you're eating, but like if you're working out extensively, you should be eating the most carbs. Like, you should be, like, bulking up, especially, like, the way men process. Like, if I could get to how I was as, like, a woman biologically, like, you should definitely be eating your fucking veggies. Like, or at least, like, something. Like, a cup of rice, goddamn, something. Like,
See, it's gotten into my head, like, because every now and then I'll have a little cheat. Like maybe I'll eat a Chipotle with light rice, or I'll get a quesarito.
Ooh, my
But I
favorite
work.
is the bowls. Qdoba, they hook it up. They're better than Chipotle. I said it. I
Yeah,
stand by it.
I've heard that bullshit before, and I've tried them, and it's a goddamn lie. And one thing about my podcast, we might talk about UFOs and Bigfoot, but we will not fucking lie about Qdoba being better than Chipotle.
Yeah, Chipotle sucks assholes. It is E. coli city. I will never eat at a fucking Chipotle. Plus, they charge for guac. Qdoba, they give it to you, so they win.
First off, guac, as the young kids say, is garbage. So enjoy paying or getting free garbage. Either way, here's a little bit more realistic.
Great.
Why I'm not scared of the E. coli. Back when I was in the halfway house, I was working at a recycle plant where we would sort through garbage. And it got to the point where the lunch they would give you to take to work was like this salamandery bologna sandwich. I just got so sick of eating it that I completely stopped eating. You know, I'd eat, whatever meal they served me at dinner. But other than that, I was starving. So every now and then I would start finding food on the line that looked presentable, and I would just fucking eat it. And my stomach is fucking iron because I never got sick once doing that.
Hey, man. Just because you never got sick does not take away the many Googleable articles about Chipotle and their fucking E. coli. So.
No, I'm just saying that was more of a story of survival. I know people won't believe that, but shit was miserable back then. However, I agree. All my evidence is anecdotal, but that's the thing is we're all individuals, so things work differently sometimes for individuals.
Yeah, that's fair. But, like, you're still a human being, and human beings need carbs, so eat a fucking vegetable. I swear to God.
That's still debatable. I got a question, though, since this popped into my head. I have a theory I've been thinking about the last couple of days, and I want your reaction on it.
Okay.
So, I don't know your religious beliefs. Can we suspend whatever they are and just go, we'll subscribe to the fact that Jesus is real? Can we just do that just for the sake of argument?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. So Jesus is real, and since, quote unquote, he left, his followers have been saying he's coming back. The end is near, Jesus is coming back. But so far, 2,000 years, give or take, boom, nowhere to be found. I think Jesus is pulling a Captain Marvel circa Endgame and going out to all the other life he created across the universe, and then sooner or later, he'll make it back. What's your thoughts on this as Jesus is like Captain Marvel?
I mean, he is like Captain Marvel because I don't give a fuck about Captain Marvel. I ain't never seen Endgame. I don't watch those movies. But that theory, I mean, it could hold up, I guess. Like, if he has other little Earths or whatever, like NASA and shit's like, oh, there might be fucking other Earths and whatnot out there. Like, yeah, maybe Jesus is, like, chilling with somebody else. I don't see why not.
All right, so religion's not your thing. I know that now. I didn't even have to ask if it was. However, I'll segue that into the coolest thing I saw at a furry convention. Pittsburgh hosts the annual furry convention every year. I saw a guy dressed up as Jesus with a raptor's head. So we got Raptor Jesus in Pittsburgh, and he's fucking real.
Someone around here dresses up like Raptor Jesus, so I wonder if it's the same person. But that's hilarious. That's great. I mean, I don't not know anything about religion. I actually do have like an interest in religion. I'm just not religious. Does that make sense?
Like, yeah, no, it's because it's something, even if you don't want to practice it, it's something that can be studied.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't grow up super religious, but both my parents are like Catholic. So like they like imprinted some of it on me, but we weren't like, I'm going to private school Catholic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you give off a real, I don't know, suburb of Boston Catholic person.
I come off as suburb of Boston. That's hilarious. I've never lived in a suburb of Boston, but yeah, I don't know. I grew up very weirdly. Like, it was weird. Like, my parents were like, Jesus, we're going to church tomorrow. And I'm like, it's Tuesday and you're hammered, are we? And it's like they would just get like Catholic guilt when they were like smashed, but like we never like had Bible study or whatever, but like pretty much only when it like served a purpose were they like, well, the Lord says, or like, thank God for this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it was just so wishy-washy. It's like, commit to the bit, mom and dad. Are we religious or not?
Hey, folks, make sure you check out our Teespring store. We got some new designs up by our guest today. Brieana actually made the logos for this. Help support the podcast. You know, we've got shirts, we've got face masks. I know nobody wants to wear a face mask, but if you have to, why not be stylish doing it? We've also got t-shirts, many colors, many designs. Check it out. Link will be in the episode description. Help support the podcast, guys. Thanks.
Fuck.
I've been to a number of churches, and I will say, Catholic Church, fucking boring. It's boring as shit. My favorite church to go to, Southern Baptist.
I like the ones where they do the singing and shit.
Yep. Southern Baptist. I was in there and I was jamming the fuck out, and then we had a delicious brunch afterwards. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, like I love like religious songs or whatever, like the fucking, you know what my favorite soundtrack is actually, like one of my favorite like CDs to listen like front to back fucking all the way through?
Blues Brothers 2000.
No, well, yes, I do like that. But the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. Like I know every fucking song. I love it.
I've never seen that movie.
It's great.
I heard it was halfway decent.
It's
and I've heard some of the songs.
It's
aren't they bluegrass?
Yeah. It's all like bluegrass, like hymn type shit. Like it's not something someone would look at me and be like, this bitch sings that. Like it's like she is getting down with some banjos and the Lord. Like no one's looking at me and thinking that, but it's true. It's a great movie. It's about, I'm trying to think what the fuck it's like. It's like about like the Iliad and the Odyssey or something. It's like loosely based on that, and or like strictly based. I don't know. It's basically that story, but from the perspective of like three outlaws, and it's a great movie. You should just watch it because I do not explain things well at all.
Okay, I have 3 more questions for you before we get out of here.
The first, we're having so much fun. I want to keep berating you over vegetables.
The first is I wouldn't be happy with myself as a host if I didn't ask you about you having any paranormal experiences. Ever dealt with anything odd like that?
Oh yeah. First paranormal experience. I feel like trying to think. There was definitely one that I can think of that's usually my go-to, and it's so we were like obviously poor growing up, like a lot, and like so a lot of my toys and shit would come like secondhand or whatever. And one of them, like you know the Tarzan movie, that like purple gorilla or whatever the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was a doll of that, and it was supposed to talk, but there ain't no fucking batteries in it. It's just like secondhand piece of shit, raggedy, like whatever. I just like monkeys. Like my parents didn't even know what it was from. I just like monkeys, and so they got it for me. And I'm like going down to bed, and I'm trying to think how old I was. Probably like 10 or so. Like I was like old enough, and I'm like laying down and I'm like, I ask out loud because I talk to myself a lot. And I was just like, where's my like monkey? And I hear in the voice, here I am. And I was like, haha, what? I was like, and then, so I'm like, haha, okay. And then I like lay down and I'm like visibly freaked out. And then it just says like, it like goes off again. It's like, do you want to play? Or like whatever the fuck. And I was just like, ah! I like screamed. I like fucking whipped it across the room. I made my dad throw it in the garbage. Like I was like, I'm done. I don't care. Get this away from me. It was fucking weird, dog. Like, I don't know how to fucking explain it, okay? Like, I was old enough to remember. It's not like I was like a small child and maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Like, I was old enough to be like, yo, that fucking thing's talking to me. Like, I was like, I hate this. Like, so, yeah. And then, like, I definitely could have been sleep paralysis because I've had that before as an adult. So maybe I just had sleep paralysis as a kid and I didn't know what it was. But, like, I definitely saw, like, something in my room, like, go through, like, the walls, like a shadowy thing. And I was,
wow.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't sleep in my bedroom for a year. Like, I was on the couch. I was like, no, I'm not going in there. There's fucking demons in there. Like, I was terrified. So, like I said, I don't know. Could have been sleep, like, that could have been sleep paralysis, but that fucking doll thing, like, that shit was whack. Like, I was like, yo, fucking things talking to
Yeah,
me.
that
Like,
sounds creepy.
yeah, I don't fuck with it. I did not fuck with it one damn bit. I was like, get this fucking doll away from me. Burn it. I don't care. Leave my presence. Like, ooh,
Wow.
ooh.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ugh, it
Now,
still
there's
freaks
always
me
a
out
question.
thinking about it. I fucking hated it. It was really creepy. Ugh.
Now, there's always a question I like to ask people that I think are extreme entrepreneurs, I would say. What advice would you give to people out there that either want to pursue art or pursue something that they're not confident in, just anything they want to try at all?
Take my photography class. Thank you. No, just basically just be real with yourself. Like, know your strengths and weaknesses. Like, if you suck at something, that's fine. Like, you can still do it and try it, but like, don't fucking like over, like, I don't know, just be real all the time. Like, if someone asks me like, hey, can you do this, and I'm like, this is like, I can't produce what you want me to do, I'll just tell them and I'll recommend someone else. Like, don't be so thirsty for business that you shoot yourself in the foot, because like, if you take on jobs that you can't do and you do them shittily, you're not a good entrepreneur. Actually, you are just an ego who happens to make some money with a hobby sometimes. But like, yeah, it's just like, my favorite person in the world that I look like, I have very few celebrity like idols, because I don't believe in celebrities being any different than regular human beings. I think that they just won a lottery and like they were given like chances to like kind of hone their shit. So one celebrity that I look up to very much is Gordon Ramsay. Like, I'm reading one of his books like right now, just because I just want to like refresh on his story and stuff. And like, he worked for everything he had. Like, he is an asshole because he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta like take those fucking hits. You gotta like be shit on. And like, in art and stuff, like, I've been shit on plenty of times. Like, I've fucking failed 1,000 times. So it's like, if any, and like, I'm still failing right now. Like, I'm not even where I want to be. Like, so like, I feel like it's kind of silly to even ask me that question, because I'm not shit. Like, I ain't shit, but I'm trying. And I definitely have a grasp on like how I want to do things, how I handle myself. And I think it works out because like, that is my living. Like, I do photography, I do art, I do comedy. Those are the three things that pay me. And like, I live alone. So like, I do make a living off of it. But like, even then, like, I'm not like, oh, look at me. Like, no, I'm just very fucking fortunate, very fucking lucky. But like, I'm constantly learning. Like, I'm still honing skills and shit. Like, I don't know, it's a constant learning process. So if anybody wants to kind of like, I don't know, do what I do, I guess, and it's my biggest advice would be like, just be able to take an L, because you're gonna fucking take them all the time. Probably constantly until you die. So there's that. And just stick with it and be like consistent. Like, don't ever think that you've like got it, because you're never done learning with that type of shit. Does that make sense? Do I sound like an asshole? I probably do. I don't know. I said what I said.
No, no. You say that you're not shit right now, but we're not. I'm not looking at you as a perspective of what you've accomplished. I'm looking at you as someone who's actually doing. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that procrastinate, there's people that accomplish, but you're doing and you're constantly working, and that's what I love.
I mean, yeah, I forget that this is work. Like, to me, it's just like, I'm so passionate about art, I'm so passionate about photography, and I'm so passionate about comedy that I forget that people can't just do what I do all the time, because like, they just like don't see it that way. And like, I think that's where like being real with yourself comes in. It's like, hey, maybe you just like hanging out with your buddies at the bar and doing open mics. It doesn't mean you're like gonna be fucking Jerry Seinfeld one day. Like, so don't be an asshole to other people. It's just like, have fun with whatever level you're doing, but just like be real about it. Cause like, it takes a lot of fucking work and like a lot of fucking sacrifice. Like, it takes a lot of money. Like, I was when I first started comedy or whatever, I had a full-time job doing real estate photography, and those are long fucking days because you're like, I would be up like 7, sometimes 6 in the morning and working till maybe 5 or 6 at night. And then I would drive to fucking open mics. That's time. Like the closest one is at least half an hour away. And then I would try to do at least 2 mics a night, and I'd be getting out or whatever. I'd be getting home at like 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, or I would be sleeping over another comic's house and going to work from there, like 4 hours of fucking sleep. And I would do that every single day, every single night. Fucking, there would be like weeks where it's like there was no break in like how many like sets I did, like open mics or shows, doesn't matter. I was doing sets at least twice a night, like just working my fucking dick off. And like, some people like they're like, oh, like why don't I get booked or why nothing's happening? And it's like, well, what do you do? And they're like, well, I go to the open mic every week or something. I'm like, you go to 1 open mic a week? And they're like, ugh. And it's like, well, not to be an asshole, but like you need more than that. You got to do more than that. And oh, I don't got time. I'm too tired. Like I got a job in the morning. I can't be going here and that. Like fuck that. I drove 2 hours to fucking Maine to do an open mic that for some reason they paid me like money to do, and then I fucking drove the 2 hours back and then went to fucking work in the morning, and it's an open mic. But you know what, it got me fucking booked shows up there. I did more up there. I got known up there. You become part of the scenes up there. You like make the friends and the networking, and like just keep your fucking head down, but don't keep your head only in one space. You gotta do that. You gotta go all over the place, because it's like, why would you like squander those opportunities anyway? Like if this is something you claim to care about, this is something you're like, this is my life, I'm a comic, I love comedy so much, but you can't be fucking bothered to like be tired at work a couple days a week extra. Like what's your priority? Like be real with yourself. Like my priority was I wanted to do fucking comedy, and yeah, I was exhausted and I became a huge fucking asshole because of it. Like, because I'm just exhausted and living off of fucking coffee or whatever. But like, guess what? I still get booked during a pandemic, and I'm not even 2 years in yet. And there's, I'm sure, a lot of fucking people that's going to make feel some type of way. Not my problem. Like, keep your head down.
You know what, though? That's the essence of why I had you on, because yeah, you're a multifaceted person, but you're a hard worker, and that's what I respect more. I consider myself somewhat of a grinder. I'm out there, always trying to do different shit, but I can only explain my perspective so many times. So right. I like to hope that you inspire someone from giving your perspective and just fucking go out and do it.
Yeah, like I don't say, like I know that I sound aggressive and spicy, but everything I just said is not meant to discourage people. It's like, hey, if comedy isn't your priority, like reassess that, and like that's fine. But like I don't want to be that like comic that's like, oh, you should quit comedy, you suck, fuck you. It's like, no, like try, get out there, but like recognize like if you're not willing to do it, just don't be an asshole. Like I don't know, I listen. I am always listening, and like you read comments and like Facebook groups and shit. So this isn't about anyone in particular. This is just like a culmination of shit that I've seen and melded together, because I'm sure what I said makes a few people feel attacked, and I really don't have anyone specific in mind. Fucking honest to fucking Christ. But like it's just like recurring themes that I see of people like acting like they're fucking big shots, and it's like, dog, you maybe like do like a brewery show or something, like big deal. I've done those, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you like run a show? Well, so do I. That doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. And it's like, not that I'm not proud of like the work that I do or that I think like I've done nothing, but like it's just like I don't get the ego. I don't get the thing. Like someone does like one fucking 5-minute spot and they think that they're fucking Dave Chappelle. It's like, can you fucking settle down maybe? Like have fun with it. Like my goals in comedy is not to be famous. It's not for money. It's not for fucking chicks on my dick. It's like I genuinely love the art of it. I love to do it. I love what I like, making people laugh. Like that's what it's about. It's not about anything I get out of it. It's what I can. It's like it's a servitude fucking path, I think. It's like your job is to make other people happy. It's not about fucking one-upping another open micer. It's not about fucking like I don't know, like, it's not a finite fucking resource. Like, just make people
you
laugh
really
and
you really use the rubber arm there to end up patting yourself on the back there with the servitude.
Did I?
I like it.
I don't think of it like, oh God, no, no. Erase whatever I said that made me think I'm patting myself on the back. I'm not. I'm really
I'm just
not.
fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Well,
You know,
like,
anytime I introduce you now, whether I'll get the opportunity to do it on stage or just to other people, it will be with the description of she is aggressive and spicy.
well, that's what because like people like to misconstrue and they like to like try to like take me down a peg because it makes themselves feel better or whatever. And like I just don't subscribe to that at all. I don't get it. So it like just I don't know, it's like disheartening when you hear people trying to be like, oh, like, and it's just like what? Like I'm out here just doing my own thing. I just, focus on yourself. Do your fucking shit. Do the best that you can and just be like have integrity, like be genuine in what you do. Don't do it for stupid superficial reasons, But I don't know, maybe that makes me an asshole. Maybe I'm just like young and hopeful and optimistic and she'll get beaten down eventually and maybe I will, but probably not. Like that's just it's not me. That's not who I am. I've been doing fucking art and photography for over 10 years and it's not that much different than comedy. Like you have egos, you have dickheads who are fucking delusional and think they're someone they're not. Like I've been dealing with this shit for years. So it's like really like I'm new to comedy, but I'm not new to like creative spheres, So it's like really it wasn't that hard of a learning curve to me, which probably is why I like did so much in such a short time. But who can say,
A lot of gems there, though. A lot of gems there. Great advice. By the way, fully encourage all the aggressiveness. I want jalapeno peppers in this motherfucker. I want people to be passionate about what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, I don't like people who try to like stifle passion. They're like, oh, you just don't know. It's like, fuck you, let me be excited. I'm happy and I'm hopeful and I want to make something of myself and you should too. You should want that for yourself because I don't know, why else do anything?
Absolutely. Great words of wisdom there. Before we leave, where can the people find you?
Oh, geez Louise, I'm fucking all over the place. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube at Not a Damn Cheese. Everything spelled right, no spaces. Yeah, you can catch all my shows on YouTube and Instagram, all my art on Instagram. I have a Facebook page, Not a Damn Cheese Design. You can see all like the fucking shit there. I do have photo classes, so if for some reason you're in Massachusetts and watching this, maybe take that, learn you a freaking thing. I produce a podcast with Mike Fahey and Trevor Dion called Practicing Talking. And I do a show on Zoom or whatever every other Thursday, co-hosted with AJ Haypenny of Cape Cod. So if you want to try out Zoom comedy and see how it goes, it's a pretty good one. He always has an audience and whatnot. It's good. And then all the shows we talked about. And I think that's it.
I can't not plug. She does graphic design commissions. I'm going to throw up a couple of the logos that she was responsible for. There's that one she did. She also did What in the History for me and Dan Brady.
I did. I got to redraw that one. You ain't that big no more.
Yeah, and she did the logo for Tenacious Detail as well, among many others.
Yeah.
But Brieana Woodward, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you check her out. Death Sentence, Coronathon, all her wonderful shows. Get some art from her, whatever you like. That's it for me. We got a great lineup coming up. Corinne Joy will be joining us next week, talking about having experiences growing up in a haunted house, as well as working in the entertainment industry. After that, we have forensic accountant, financial expert, Dave Speech. He's going to be talking about the fall of Enron. He's also going to be discussing Bitcoin and offshore banking. Man, much smarter than myself. After that, we got John Venture, UFO expert. We got big things coming up on the show, but that's it for me. For Brieana, I'm Johnny Smith. Peace and love, everybody.
Bye.